G'day, welcome one and all back to the current raid tournament that we've got going on. So we are up to day 4 now. Put in the description of this video links to days 1, 2 and 3. Day 1 is of particular note because that's where I sort of overview my defense team and why I included the heroes that I did. So overall my defense team copped a bit of a flogging, shall we say, in the last day's worth of battle. So we did get 2 losses and 2 wins. 3 losses and 2 wins. No, 2 losses and 2 wins, which unfortunately did drop us down to just below 50% overall defense performance. So we are at 46.6%, which is C grade. If we can get 1 win, we'll jump back up into B grade, which is a lot better in terms of the points. But I can do a sum total of nothing to affect that at this point. So we may as well just carry on. So we left off yesterday with this team where we had triple Vittoria, Fiona and Roscoe. Looking at this defense team, I am liable to continue with it. I might actually switch out one of my Vittoria for another Roscoe. Just to have a little bit more purple damage against the tank, who is CMYK. Flank is variant Leapfrog. We've got Nash and Crash on the right hand side, and then obviously variant Sparrow on the left. So pretty good start. We do manage to kill the tank now, and I'm going to make the match green up the middle, and then let's drop the match 3 onto Crash because we will, Nash, because we'll get the heroes charged anyway. I've got 2 green tiles next to each other and no immediate way of getting them better positioned. So I think I'm going to make the blue match, which is going to charge Nash in the next turn. But we'll make the blue match, or the blue diamond, which will cascade a little bit. Not as much as I'd hoped, to be completely honest. We'll try to avoid charging Nash, and we'll go for a kill on him with some tiles. We were going to try to avoid charging Leapfrog, but that didn't happen. So we do lose 2 heroes. We'll go the double purples just to get, hopefully, rid of someone. No, we didn't get rid of anyone. I was hoping to get rid of someone so that all 5 of Vittoria's shots ended up on Crash, but that didn't happen. So we got there in the end, though, because Roscoe has a stupid high amount of bleed, 75 bleed per turn, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when you've only got 900 HP to start with, you're basically dealing off 10% of their health per turn. So do we change this or do we leave it the same? I think we leave it the same, to be honest. Let's just roll with it, see what happens. I do love the Roscoe setup. Roscoe is a very, very, very good hero. The only downside is that he is a bit slower to charge, so we do need to be somewhat cautious of that, I guess. Nice little combo here. We should get the kill with the match 4 onto him. Oh, Warfighter Talent Revive. That's unfortunate, because he dealt a lot of damage there. We do have a ghosting spot now, which is beneficial, so we can charge Fiona and then the double Roscoes. Fiona does a fair bit of damage of 114, and then each of the Roscoes did another 200 damage. We do now see, if we look at that, that's the amount of DOT that's happening per turn. So we've got 85 bleed and then 100 from the status ailment, so that's 185 DOT per turn, which just melts the health off these heroes, these poor guys. Oh dear, poor things. Oh well, what a shame. It is why I love this sort of setup where you've got a lot of these ailments coming from the master weapon bonuses. They are very, very strong. Now, that hurt me a lot more than I'd hoped. Let's go this way to cascade a couple more tiles, but we'll get the charge off anyway. Alright. That should be okay now. Might have been tight without Roscoe, but we should get there with his revive. Yeah, we'll get there. Nice little revive there from Roscoe. Probably would have been okay anyway with that cascade that happened. But always better to get a revive off and have some extra damage output from special skills. Alright, so this one. Choices are, we can either make this yellow-red match here, which might cascade in a Discovery green match. Here, at the very worst, it will give us a red... Whoops, I didn't mean to do it. It worked out though, but not what I meant to do. Because I was going to say the other option is making this purple match in the top corner, which would bring us closer to having a green match in the middle there. So let's go the green tiles to cascade the blue tiles and see what that brings us. Let's get purples, and we'll just chuck some more purple tiles up. And no, I was going to say hope for another match to get some extra damage, but it didn't happen. Tannenbaum does fire, which is not ideal because he does damage share, but most of my damage is coming from DOA heroes anyway, so damage share is actually somewhat beneficial to me now, because it does mean that my damage is now spread over heroes that I wouldn't necessarily hit, which we can see I've just done a lot of. It seems like less damage per hero, but because it's the same amount of damage, it's now just spread over smaller ticks. It actually works out being much the same. So we can see here, this should pretty well finish him off with that bleed damage. So yeah, I don't hate Tannenbaum facing him on defense. It does benefit you if you've got DOA 5 heroes because it doesn't negatively affect you, I should say. And then you do gain the benefit of having your tile damage spread out to heroes you might not necessarily be able to hit. And you also can benefit from strong damage against heroes you might be normally weak against as a result of that that damage share as well. So Crash once again, Nash does fire once again. We should get the kill here. It's just whether we go for it or yeah, cool. I was going to say we'll wait a turn for the bleed and whatever to take him out, but I think that was the right decision. Double Roscoe fire, doing a lot of damage. We'll drop some green tiles up, and that should kill Blaze in the next turn, yeah, from the DOT tick. And then we'll drop some purples onto Roscoe, finish him off, and then finish off with Fiona. Easy done. Having a pretty good run of boards, I'm not going to lie. These battles can swing very quickly if you get a average board, particularly in a situation like this where I'm now going to be facing a lot of fast potential damage output from Vittoria there. All right, so my choices here, I've got a red match here that we can do to make a box, or we can make the yellow match vertically, or we can make the yellow match here horizontally. I'm leaning towards the yellow match horizontally. The reason for that is that it will make this Discovery green match on the right-hand side, and will, in the next turn, or would have in the next turn, allowed me to make the box match on the reds to get a Discovery purple match, but that didn't work out just because of some of the other tiles that cascaded. So, unfortunately, Vittoria does fire, and it does result in a lot of damage output. We do manage to consolidate, though, with my own Vittoria. That's unfortunate that I lost Fiona and we're about to have a second Vittoria charge. We'll see what this does. We might get a cascade, which takes out... No, we lose two Vittorias there. That's unfortunate. Alright. Kill one Vittoria, ghost some purple tiles. Hopefully get a Warfighter revive in this. No Warfighter revive. This is going to be very tight. Very, very tight. So I need to kill one Vittoria, preferably before she fires. And we should be able to get here now with Roscoe's bleed damage and that direct tile damage. Yeah. Very lucky there at the end that we had that many purple tiles lined up on Crash there. But that's about it. We are back up into top 1% with another 5 virtually flawless attacks. Maximum points I think I've gotten is 542, yeah, and then some 540s in there as well. So in terms of the leaderboard, that puts us at 172. We did drop down further because we lost our B and A grade, or our A grade, and we were down to B grade, and then obviously also having that one loss. But in 3-star tournaments, having the difference between an A grade defense and an E grade defense is massive, just because the A grade defense bonus per day is actually worth more than getting a victory on the day. So anyway, that's all I got for today. Thank you once again for joining me. Good luck with your own tournament hits, and I will catch you guys all in the next video. Until then, thank you and goodbye.